airplane.
Did you have food?
Yeah, twice.
How was the food?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Like in every plane.
What was it? What did they serve you?
I don't... Rice with fish and herbs. It was terrible. Yeah, and like at the end of the flight, like they said, good morning everyone, we are going to serve you breakfast. And I was like, okay, so for me it's like the middle of the afternoon, like on my regular time. And I was expecting like pancakes or stuff like this, eggs,
You were so wrong.
Yeah, I had like pasta and meatballs or something like this.
No. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I guess that's not too bad. I mean, for breakfast, that's not good. But at least you were on lunchtime schedule. So it was kind of like a lunchtime dish.
Yes. But it was 6 a.m. in China.
Yeah.
So that's why they said good morning, and probably because everyone was asleep during the flight.
Did you manage to sleep much?
No.
Nothing.
I can sleep in bus, flights, everything.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was terrible.
How was the airport in China?
The airport?
Yeah, what was it like?
Nothing there. Only like gift shops.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had to do 9 hours in an empty airport.
Yeah, I tried to sleep and I couldn't because it was too noisy and too many lights and stuff.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. And I was really stressed before arriving here. And I met 2 girls and they told me about the typhoon and I had no idea. And I was like, what? What's going on? Okay, I didn't know. So, yeah, when I arrived in Hanoi, the typhoon was coming like the day after.
Right.
So...
Perfect timing. Yeah.
Perfect, yeah. So I just slept for the entire day. And then I woke up and the typhoon was there. And I didn't really know what a typhoon was. So I just went out in the streets and I was like, okay, here I am. I have to visit. I have to do things. Like I can stay in my room. And so I just went out. It was heavily raining, but it was okay. I was like, okay, this is raining time, so that's okay. I can walk through that. And then in the afternoon, I got lost in the city and very far away from my hostel, like 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to go back to my hostel.
Yeah.
And everyone, there was no one in the streets, like really no one.
Yeah.
And
everyone knows there's a typhoon.
Yeah, and it was really windy. Like I almost fell like twice in the streets. Like the trees were falling down. Like I see a tree falling on a car, and like really big trees.
Yeah. So all the locals are looking out their windows, like looking at the white person walking along in the middle of a typhoon. Like, what the fuck is she doing? Trees falling down, can't stand up.
I crossed the police, and they told me like, go home. You have nothing to do here. And I was like, running in the street with my flips and flops. in the fucking typhoon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I made it.
And that was day number 1.
Yeah, day number one.
Nice. Yeah.
Of traveling alone. And I was like, what a mistake.
You've been on a horrendous flight because you haven't slept at all, awful food, you couldn't sleep on the layover, and now you're walking around in the middle of a typhoon.
Yeah. I was sending videos to my friend and I was like, just let me go home. I don't want to be there anymore.
I take you just had to take shelter in your hostel for the next
showers.
Take shelter.
I don't know what this is.
Like, take cover. Like, did you essentially after that? Did you just go to your hostel?
Yeah, and there was no power.
And there's no power.
Yeah, the power went out for like 5 hours.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it was funny because all the hostel was in the main room, just waiting for the power to go.
So everyone was just chatting.
Yeah, playing cards and just wait.
Yeah. That was actually quite nice.
Yeah.
So you then met a lot of people.
Yeah, I did. In Hanoi, I did, yes.
Yeah, I guess because everyone's stuck. Literally everyone is stuck.
Yes.
There was absolutely nothing running, was there? Like buses weren't running, no transportation, flights weren't going.
Yeah. There was no grub as well. There were no grub
of course,
in the streets.
Did they have food in the hostel? So how did you eat?
No.
Couldn't eat.
Yeah, we couldn't, like, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just wait.
And
then just after the power went back, like everything was reopened in the streets, like restaurants and stuff.
As soon as the power came on, everyone was like, right,
normal
back
life.
To it.
Yeah.
Even in the pissing rain and wind.
Yes. I was like, okay.
The typhoon was bad. Did you hear anything about the statistics behind the typhoon? Like, it killed like almost 300 people.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, and it was like over like $2 billion, $3 billion worth of damage as well.
I saw the video about don't know the name, the bridge, about the bridge who falls down with a truck on it. Like the truck just arrived on the bridge and then the bridge fell over. And
no way.
Yeah.
Do you know if the driver survived?
Well, I think he died.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Was it a big bridge? Wasn't just like a little...
No, it was a big bridge actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and just behind the truck, there's a scooter, and it just went like this, and I don't know, like just in front of his feet, the bridge went in the river.
Oh my God! So he didn't go in. He literally like stopped and it went in.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yes.
What a lucky bastard. I mean, the guy in the lorry wasn't lucky, but that's terrible.
In Sapa as well, it was terrible. I don't know if you've seen the videos.
No, well, we saw like videos of up north and how bad some of the places were, especially like Cat Bar Island.
Yeah.
That was just completely destroyed.
Yes.
Completely destroyed. And it still is. I don't even think they've managed to clean up much now.
Actually, they did, because some of my friends went there, and it's okay, like you can go on boats and everything, but there's many boats damaged, like on the sea. I saw some of the pictures.
Yeah.
But
upside down and sideways.
But you can go on the Halong Bay easily.
Yeah, Halong Bay is still nice.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we weren't sure whether it was going to be too damaged up there, because I know it was like one of the worst they've had. I think it was called, was it Typhoon Yagi?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, it's not. I think Sapa is going to reopen soon. I think. Right. And Ajayang is completely okay. So.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
And the Halong Bay as well.
We'll keep moving north.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, Halong Bay looks incredible.
I didn't
want to do that bit, or you did?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, it was too expensive, and
Too expensive?
Yeah, I'm on the lowest budget, so...
What about it?
The less is the best.
To be fair, yeah, a proper traveller's budget. Yeah. What about Halong Bay is expensive?
The boats.
Oh, okay. Just having to be able to just be able to get around.
Well, and I was like, just for one day, because I wanted to go like for few days, on the boats, like sleep on the boats and everything. But if you go just for one day, I think it's really expensive, like just for one day.
Right, okay.
It's almost the same price I paid for 4 days in Ajayang.
Really?
So, yeah, I was like, no.
Okay,
I'm gonna skip this part and...
Yeah, and just keep going towards south.
You have to make choice anyway.
Yeah, you cannot do everything.
Yeah.
There's no way you'd be able to do everything. There's far too much. How long have you got in Vietnam?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. How long have you been here so far?
In Vietnam?
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Oh, you've been here 3 weeks. How long have you got left? And you got 3 weeks left. How long have you got left? Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. I've got 3.5 months.
3.5 months. Yeah, you're out for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah,
because you're home the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
26. Perfect timing again.
Well, I didn't book my flight yet, but that's the plan.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Where else are you going to go in Southeast Asia? Obviously, Vietnam is one of people's favourites. A lot of
Uh,
people we talk to absolutely love Vietnam. Absolutely love Vietnam.
I cannot compare because this is the first time I'm traveling to Asia.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to Jakarta.
Jakarta, yeah.
Then I would like to go to Laos.
That
If
was
it's
the island next to Bali,
yes,
isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Well, it's not the name of the island. Actually, it's the name of the airport.
Okay. Right. You go into that airport.
Well, Jakarta is a big city, but
Right, okay.
I don't know it's the main city on the island, but I don't know the name of the island.
How come you chose Jakarta over Bali?
Because
most people go to Bali.
well, yes,
Famous one, I suppose.
it is the famous one, but that's the tiniest one.
Oh, okay.
Well, it looks really small.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I didn't want to go to Bali because I have a lot of friends who've been there, and they all say that tourism is destroying the island.
Really?
Yeah, and that's a really nice place. Like, it's amazing. The nature is amazing,
Yeah.
but because of tourism, like, it's fucked
destroyed.
up. Yeah.
I'm guessing that has to do with a lot of litter, and then also you're having to use a lot more transportation because people are going all the way around, using more fuel. Yeah, I can see why.
And because of the boats and everything
Of
on the
course.
beach,
Yeah. And the water, especially if you've got a lot of marine life there, which I expect there is. I mean, I've never been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can imagine that is completely destroying it.
It is.
We saw that in when I did some scuba diving off Koh Tao, which is an island.
Oh, okay.
If you were to it's in South Thailand. If you were to draw a line from Bangkok, like just south, you'd be pretty close to you've got Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, and Koh Tao. There, when we would go scuba diving in the morning, because there are so many scuba schools there. When you get to the first site, there will genuinely be a dozen boats there, all with divers on, and you can see how churned up the water's getting with all the boats being in this little bay. It's really bad. It's really bad, yeah. And the instructors were saying there it's getting worse every year.
Okay.
So
there is no point doing that.
No, it's good. It's still good, but in the hot spots, the water's getting really dirty.
Yeah.
Really dirty. So
you're damaging the nature.
Exactly. And
yeah.
those boats are not exactly the most efficient. They're just churning out diesel engines.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd imagine a lot of oil's getting in there, and yeah, it can't be great. And also the other thing is there's obviously people wearing a lot of sun cream. I know they have this issue up in the Great Barrier Reef in Australia
because
with
of
people
the corals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people lathering on the sun cream, getting straight in the water, and it just comes off, and it's killing everything. So I wonder if those sort of islands are going to start seeing the same issues as Bali is. I wouldn't surprise me. I guess it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
But tourism now is getting so popular. Traveling is getting so popular.
Yes.
So popular.
Yeah.
Even in the off seasons in these countries, you're still seeing a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, especially in South of Asia.
Yes.
I have this feeling you can meet Europeans everywhere.
Yeah.
Really everywhere.
Yeah. Thailand didn't feel like off season, really. And as long as you go, I guess, to the more popular hostels, because we're looking for people, we're looking for the most popular hostels.
Okay.
So I can't speak for all of them. But it didn't really, especially down in Krabi, South Thailand, where it's warmer weather, 100%, it did not really feel like off season.
Okay.
At all. And we would speak to some of the reps there, and they would say, it gets sort of busier basically every year, all year round.
And what month did you get there?
We were there in July and August.
Well, that's the main season, isn't it?
It's wet season. It's quiet season.
Okay.
So Thailand's wet season is somewhere in the region between May, June to August, September, October time. It's in that sort of bracket.
Okay.
So usually people are sort of there between maybe between January to April, most of the time. You're sort of still coming out of the wet season between October and November, and then obviously I guess people aren't really tend to travel so much in December because it's Christmas. People aren't really going to go. I expect most people then end up going after Christmas, January. That's when I'm going to go traveling. If you're going to go in the really warm weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would expect people to go to Thailand during holiday time.
Yeah.
During summer.
So I mean, to be fair, we saw a lot of families in Bangkok. We couldn't believe. So the main strip in Bangkok, Koh Sam Road, or one of them, Like even at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, when all the clubs are bouncing and all you can hear is 6 different songs from 3 different angles as you're walking along, getting haggled by 100 people at once,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to see like a dad with a kid on his shoulders, like walking through,
Okay.
like, and you're like squeezing through people, like people are drunk at this point, but there are still families still going through that road.
Okay.
I could not believe it. I
But
could not believe it.
Thailand families, you mean?
No,
Oh, okay.
Western families.
Tourist.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say
Okay.
Western families, yeah, just tourists. Yeah.
But did you like it?
It was fun. It was interesting. We were there far too long. We were there for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Because we were waiting around for someone else who was coming out traveling with us. Finn's
2 weeks
young
in
sister.
Bangkok.
Yeah.
You mean? Okay.
Yeah. And most people probably say you don't need any more than like 2-3 days. It's a lot. It's very intense. But we just had a reason to sort of stay. I think by the end we probably got more used to it. But it's very intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Koh San Road especially. We didn't really go to any other of the busier streets. We tried a few for like food and stuff and that sort of thing, and night markets and stuff. But yeah, it's really intense. It's really intense. There are so many people, and because it's a lot of tourists, it's quite easy to start getting quite irritated.
Okay.
Because you've sort of like come traveling to sort of like get away from that. And then when you're like just bumping into like groups of like, I mean, for us being from England, bumping into a group of like 12 lads, all on the piss. As funny as that can be, sometimes you want to be in a different country and chill, and you don't want to be reminded of what you're trying to escape.
That's what I feel in the Marble Mountain this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was like massive groups of people, and I was there at 9 o'clock in the morning, so it was really early, and massive groups, and they stop like every 5 meters to take pictures. And you're like, I'm just visiting, like go away.
I don't need to go back with 1,000 photographs.
And if you're just there to take pictures, like that doesn't make any sense.
Well,
for me, I mean.
If you're there to really just take it in, you just want to have a nice walk around and experience it. Because that's Marble Mountains in Da Nang, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. Did you go up the lift?
No.
You didn't. You walked up the stairs.
Yes, I did.
We weren't that brave.
It was intense.
We weren't that brave. We decided to pay like the extra like 15,000 dong to go up the lift.
Okay.
It was. I mean, yeah, I guess it was worth it if you're saying that it was tough.
But I like stairs. Actually. Well,
You like stairs.
I like sport in general. And so I had to stop because of traveling. So
you didn't mind taking the stairs.
Well, it's part of the job.
Of the experience.
And if you go to Ninh Binh as well, there is a huge mountain with a dragon in top of it.
Oh, cool.
And there is 500 steps to go there.
Really?
And there is no elevator, so you have to do it.
I'm here complaining about Western culture, and we took a lift to the top of a mountain.
But it was terrible, really. Like, it started to rain. Like, at the end of it, we were on top of the mountain. It started to rain, and everyone was sweaty, like, but heavily. Like, everyone was disgusting.
Dripping with sweat.
Like, even the big muscular boys, like, they were like almost crying. It was.
How long did it take you to walk up the 500 steps?
I don't know, maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, not too bad.
No.
Not too bad. That's a tough 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we had to stop. Like.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. And it probably wasn't even steps either, was it?
No, sometimes it's not. Like, it's more about hiking like, in the rocks.
Assisted hiking with the steps. Yeah.
But
How was the view from the top?
It was amazing. Really, I loved it. And there is a mini temple as well.
Oh, cool.
On the top. Yeah, I really recommend it.
Sweet. What was it called again? The mountain? Or where it was, rather?
It's the Hangmua.
Hangmua.
In Ninh Binh.
In Ninh Binh.
Yeah.
Okay. That might be something to check out. That's cool. What time of day did you go up?
I don't know. It was in the afternoon.
Like peak heat of the day.
Yeah, but it was raining, so.
Kind of. No. Off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it rained for 2 days when I arrived in Ninh Binh, and I was like, again. It's happening again, and I can't do anything.
Can't escape the wet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just went on.
It's rainy season.
Yeah, terrible. Like the worst months. When I decided
That's why
to
you're going to
travel to
Indonesia.
Asia, I was like, I'm going on September no matter what, and I didn't check the weather. You know the.
Well, no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
But here I am and
At least it's sunny
complaining
today.
every day
Yeah.
because it's raining.
But it's sunny. It's been sunny here, and I think it's supposed to be sunny for the next week. I think we're going to be okay.
I hope so.
We are fortunate it wasn't fucking pissing it down today as well.
Yeah, because you can do anything.
2-hour hike to get here.
Yeah, but
2-hour wait.
yeah, and if you go to some places like Ninh or Phong Nha, when there is a lot of caves, you can do anything because of the rain.
Yeah.
Like in Ninh, you have a lot of things to do on boats.
Yeah.
So if it's raining, you cannot do that, and all the caves are flooded. So
yeah, you can't do any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
There is no point going there if you can do anything.
Yeah.
Just stay at the hostel. That doesn't make sense. Like, okay, you meet nice people, but
That you're here to do other stuff other than meet people. As lush as meeting new people is, yeah, you need to be getting out and doing stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, and that
Well,
is
you're there for a
that's not
reason.
easy with typhoons and all the rest of it.
yes. I will be smarter the next time. I will check the
Well, I
weather.
mean, you're going to Indonesia, so I'm sure. Although I am sorry to tell you, I'm pretty sure.
No.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe finger check.
I checked on the internet.
Indonesia's wet season.
No, I checked on the internet.
Oh, okay. When is it?
Well, it's gonna be like not raining, but humidity.
Oh, okay,
I don't know the word.
Okay.
A lot of humidity, but it's gonna be sunny.
Oh, that's fine.
That's what they said.
That's what he said. I for some reason had a weird feeling that wet season was a little bit later. When are you planning on going to Indonesia?
On the 4th of October.
Oh, okay. Oh, not very long. What's it? I don't even know what
10
the date is
days.
today.
In 10 days,
Yeah.
actually. I
You
think.
genuinely just lose track of time and date here. when
Yeah,
you're
me
traveling.
too.
Yeah.
Every
and
time
what
I
day
call
it
my
is.
friend, I'm like, are you working right now? Like, what day is it? Oh, it's Sunday. Okay.
It's so hard to keep track, but it's so nice not having to keep track. It's another stress that you don't have to think about.
Yeah.
Like all the miniature stresses that we have at home, do you completely get rid of when you come traveling?
Yeah, but I think you have another stress. Like, I mean, I have, like, planning everything.
Yeah.
You know, what time you're going, which bus, packing, depacking, everything. Like, that's another stress.
Yeah, it is another stress, but I don't think it's as stressful as like all the other stuff you have at home.
No.
I guess everything's like structured at home, but you're still always thinking about, I've got to do this next week, I'm meeting this person next week, I've got to tax my car, I've got to do this. There's always something going on. Where here, the only thing you have to think about is what you're going to do tomorrow.
Yeah,
or
but,
next
but
week.
maybe you said that because that's not the first time you're traveling, and you've been traveling alone before. Maybe.
I've never travelled on my own.
Okay.
Never travelled on my own. I've been fortunate to have Finn because Finn's quite good at the itinerary and booking stuff. I'm sure like if Finn goes at Christmas and I decide not to, of course I'm going to be more than happy to do it. I mean, we obviously do bits, but Finn's much more on it than I am.
Okay.
Much more on it.
Wow.
I would be a lot more like, I'll just see if there's a bus tomorrow and I'll go, and if I can't, then I won't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to be more like. But I like to not have to think about tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. Sometimes you have to, and like if you want to plan and do nice things, you have to plan ahead. Like I'm not, delusional.
Yeah.
But I like to plan the least amount ahead as possible.
Yeah, but maybe because
Spontaneous.
you're probably like that in general.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
I
yeah,
am
yeah.
not. Definitely
You like
not.
to know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah,
when
like
you're doing it.
every week, like this day I have to do that. Making list all the time, and so that's why I have troubles here. Like,
You've lost the structure.
yes, kind of, but I'm working on that.
It's a different kind of structure.
Yeah.
You just have to be a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more flexible.
Yes, and sometimes it's hard. But I'm
Yeah,
working
we
on it.
I mean, you were flexible today. I mean, we told you this was going to start at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
At 20 past 4, this started.
But I'm okay with that because I had nothing planned on the afternoon, so
Yeah.
I was just planning to be here. So I'm fine with it.
And at least this is a beautiful spot.
Yes.
And a lush lake.
This is.
Yeah.
And we've seen the Green Lake.
And we've seen the
So-
Green Lake, the gloopy Green Lake, which is 150% full of algae.
Well, I think I'm gonna rob a glass and just,
That's not a bad idea.
just to
What,
check.
take a little,
No,
take a
I
try?
don't.
Or?
No, just to
Just
look
so
at
you-
it.
Just so you can see it. Just so you can see it.
Just look at it.
The gloopy,
Yeah.
gloopy algae lake. But it makes it look really cool in the sunlight. Green Lake.
In the sunlight.
Yeah, it looked like earlier, like when we were walking along the bottom.
I didn't realize it was sunlight.
When we were walking earlier and the sun was out.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about, when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
How do you
I
call
said-
that?
What you mean? What, like as in like shining?
No, when the sun goes down.
Oh, you mean like sunset?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No. Just earlier when we were walking along the bottom.
Yeah.
And obviously the sun was just hitting it, so it just looked really nice and green and
Yeah,
lush.
you see the vocabulary is missing sometimes.
It's fine. Your vocabulary's been perfect. It's fine.
Yeah, sometimes I just answer questions, in English, and it's not about the right question. Like I'm just responding something random, and
Like your brain just picked something and just said, "Yep, say that."
yeah, because I have to, switch on my brain all the time in English.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I didn't speak French until today, like in my hostel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a French guy
Yeah.
who arrived today, and it's been like 3 weeks I didn't speak French. So
It's taxing.
yeah, well sometimes
So
it
you
can
literally
be
have to-
easy, but
So literally, you have to be able to like. So obviously, when you're now you're talking English, that now means that you're now thinking in English, right? Or you're
Yes.
thinking in French and then saying English. You're thinking in English. Your brain is talking, not talking
yeah.
to itself, but
yes,
the inner monologue is now in English.
yes, it's in English, but I kind of missed the days I was living in England because I used to dream in English, and
That's strange.
that-
Dream in English.
yeah, that
Yeah,
means
French.
my English was really good.
Was that good? Your brain was comfortable and relaxed talking
Yes.
English.
And now it
It doesn't.
no, it's gone. It's completely gone. But I hope someday
Yeah.
it will be back. Maybe.
Watch more. You need to watch. I say this like I can talk another language. I can't. But maybe watching more English speaking programs without French subtitles or French dub.
But
That
I don't
might
know.
help.
Actually, I don't mind because
Yeah.
people get used to it.
Yeah.
Like they just.
Yeah. Can you speak any other languages or just English and French?
I speak Old French actually.
Old French.
Yeah, like the language they used to speak in Middle Age.
You can speak that.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, that's cool. That is fucking cool.
Yes. Actually,
Middle-aged French. Middle Ages French.
Well, in France, you have you have different languages
Right.
that old people, most of them, speak.
Right. Okay.
And sometimes you can go to special schools where they speak that
Right,
language.
Okay.
And I've been to one of these schools.
Okay. So can you like speak it like fluently?
Not anymore because the last time I spoke Old French, it's not called Old French.
What's
It's
it called?
Occitan.
Occitan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was when I was maybe 10.
Okay.
So
How come you learnt that then?
you?
What?
You mean?
No. How come you did? Why did you?
Because it was in school.
Literally just because it was in school. Just
Yes.
decided. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So is it a completely different language? It just
Yes.
but sounds French. Like to someone
No,
who
it
can't
doesn't-
speak French,
It doesn't.
would we be able to tell?
No.
We wouldn't be able to tell.
No.
But obviously to a French person, obviously, yeah.
It's well, but even if you're a French person, you cannot understand.
Yeah.
No. It sounds like Catalan.
Catalan?
Catalan is the language they speak in Barcelona.
Oh.
So it's not Spanish. They speak Spanish as well. But yeah.
Oh.
Most of the people speak Catalan as well.
So how many?
So you can go to university and they speak Catalan in Barcelona.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just presumed that everyone in Spain just spoke Spanish.
No.
Spanish.
Well,
So
they all speak Spanish.
yeah, but also you have. So how many?
You have specificities.
How many different versions of French are there? A lot.
I got no idea.
Oh, okay.
Because in Corsica, you know the island.
No, I don't know.
Next to France, there is a language.
Okay.
Near the place near to Spain and Portugal, they have a language.
Right.
In Britain, they have a language as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. And in Britain, they speak. It really sounds like Welsh.
Welsh. Yeah.
Welsh.
Yeah.
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 It really sounds like it.
Oh.
And I think that's the same actually.
Well, Welsh is
I don't know.
confusing language.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my best mates, his partner is from Wales, and it's quite funny. She tries to teach us a few words, but it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Welsh is absolutely impossible. It's so different from any other language I've ever seen.
Yes.
And it's literally about we live maybe a 2-hour drive from Wales.
Yeah.
And completely unrecognisable.
Yes.
And then you've got what are the Scottish call their native language? Because Gaelic is Irish. I hope I have that right. Gaelic is Irish, and then I should really know this.
I don't know.
I can't remember what it's called. And then Scotland. Obviously, Scotland have their own language, but I know that's sort of like the same. That's fading out, where only old people really speak it, and like you're only really gonna know it if your grandparents speak it.
Well, that's the same in France.
Yeah.
So
yeah. How much does French accent vary in France?
How much what?
Like, does the accent vary? Like in the UK, like you can travel an hour and a half and the accent changes once or twice, or at least like starts to change.
Yeah.
Is it the same in France?
Yes, it's the same. Like in the north and in the south. Sometimes it's hard to understand each other.
Oh, okay.
For example, I live in the south, and everyone says I have really strong accents. Like everyone can tell where I come from.
Right. Okay.
And if I go to the north, I will have troubles. I will struggle with.
Yeah. So is it like would you say like in the north? So like say like someone from Paris, do they talk more like? Would you say like proper French? Not proper, but like posh French.
In Paris, yes.
In Paris, yeah.
Yeah, in Paris. But I mean, in the north, that's terrible. Like the expression, I can understand them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they don't use different words, it's just accent?
They use different words, and the accent as well is
both.
really hard. Okay. Yeah.
So how does the accent vary? Like if you're going to say like for someone who's English, just to make it simple, like bonjour, would that sound the same? Like if you said bonjour to someone up north, they would instantly know.
Yeah.
You're from the south.
Yeah.
How does that vary? How do they say it differently to you?
You want me to say it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Go on.
Okay. Well, for example, in my town, we will say like penguin.
Yeah.
The word penguin.
Yeah.
I will say penguin.
Yeah.
And in the north, they will go like penguin.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, the guy I met in my hostel this morning, after 2 sentences, say, "You come from the south, don't you?" And I'm like, yeah. And I'm proud of it.
Yeah. Where was he from?
Bayonne.
Bayonne.
It's the south, but the other way.
Other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes. Well, it's funny sometimes. Yeah.
I guess to be fair, we get that same. There was a guy at the hostel last night who, after his first sentence, I was like, "Yeah, you're definitely from up north." I was like, "Probably Yorkshire," and he just smiled and said, "Yeah."
Yeah, I met a guy like 5 days ago, and he was from Birmingham.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand a word. Every sentence, I was like, "What?"
He's a proper Brummie.
That was terrible.
To be fair, we can start to like miss words if they have a really thick accent. you can start to miss words, especially like, if you go south, like if you go down into Cornwall, like people, if you're like old boys or old farmers, especially if they're like really mumbling it, really lazy with their words,
Yeah.
you can struggle. I'm okay. So my dad was born in Somerset, where I'm from, the county, which again isn't as bad as Cornwall, but they still start to mumble when it gets a bit more, instead of like saying like Somerset, it'd be like, oh, Somerset.
Oh,
Like
yeah, that's
that, so
terrible.
it starts to get like a bit more, even a bit more lazy.
Yeah.
And like you don't really, it's not very common, but like we'll go to the pubs and the older boys will say like Albion, which is like basically like, how are you getting on?
Okay.
Supposed to be Albion,
Okay.
stuff like that. Because of that, and like 'cause, like a lot of my friends will like come and like visit whatever, and they can't always understand my dad. So I'm fortunate enough that being in my county, I can always understand everyone because of my dad.
Yeah, thankfully. But there, like 5 days ago, I was in the middle of the guy from Birmingham
Yeah.
and a Scottish girl. So and I was like, I cannot communicate with you.
Yeah. Scotland can be really hard. Yeah, especially like probably like Glaswegian accent. Do you know whereabouts in Scotland she was from?
Yeah, Glasgow.
She was from Glasgow.
Yeah.
That was why. That's why.
And
it was
I
so
was
difficult.
really trying, like really,
Yeah.
but it was not possible. Like it was too hard.
Trying to do too many fucking things at once.
Yes.
Your brain can't keep up.
Yeah, and I was like, there is letters in the words. You have to say
saying-
them. You cannot skip.
Skipping words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Words and letters.
Yeah, accents can be really fucking hard. Really fucking. That's one of the funniest things, to be fair, when you're, especially in a busy hostel in the evening and you're all sat around one table and you can hear so many different accents going on at once from every single person talking.
Yes.
I can imagine, like for me, like being English obviously is okay because
You don't have to learn another language.
Like it feels so bad. I would love to learn French. So like I've been trying to learn French a little bit. I haven't been very good at keeping on top of it. So like, have you ever used like Duolingo? So I tried to like the app, like so I tried using that a bit. So I can speak like a tiny amount of French. Like if I went into a bakery in France, I could get by and order myself a croissant.
Okay.
Like, I could just get by. I know.
Yeah, but
like,
you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So
It's so hard to keep on top of it though.
Yes.
So hard. Like, I
Yeah.
get messages, like notifications from Duolingo, like, "Oh, come back."
But I felt the same about English.
Yeah, but you speak fluent English.
Yeah, but not quite good.
Not as good as when you lived in England.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not dreaming in English anymore.
No, and it's not perfect, and I would like it to be perfect. So
Maybe I would dream in English tonight. Who knows? A lot of practice. You might be okay.
I hope so. Finger crossed.
Why do you want to be able to dream in English?
I don't know, because I will feel more confident, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like if I can dream in English, so I can speak in English.
Is your brain learning at the same time then? If you're dreaming in another language, are you learning at the same time? Is your brain picking up on that? I mean, I'm not asking you like you're some like neuroscientist and you know the answer, but I'm just like open-ended question a little bit there. I don't expect you to have the answer for that one.
I will check later.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. But
then it would have benefit.
even when you go like to other countries who speak your language, like Australia or United States.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce
Yeah.
America.
United States. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in France it's the same, and sometimes like in Africa they speak a lot of French.
Of course, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
In
All the
almost
colonization.
In a lot of country they do, and like the expression and sometimes the just when they speak, like we cannot understand.
Just what? Because they're saying different words.
They are using different words, different expression, and sometimes the accent is really hard as well.
When you say expression, what do you mean?
I don't know. For example, in English, when you say it's raining cats and dogs or something like this, or dogs and cats or something like this, you know, something that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense, you know.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah. I see now. Sorry.
Isn't it an expression?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Okay.
It's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an expression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same.
Sorry, I see what you mean now. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So they have a lot more of those, and I can imagine, especially for like, do they speak a lot of French in South Africa? Because I can imagine, like, because I know obviously South Africans are a bit like, I almost see South Africans a bit like, you know, like obviously like Australians love to have
They
all
don't
their own
speak
lingo.
French in South
No, they don't.
Africa.
Oh, okay.
They speak they speak from the Netherlands.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Dutch. Oh,
Yes, Dutch and English.
In English.
As a yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously all the native languages.
It's not a
Afrikaans
French
and,
colony.
so where are the French in Africa? All in North Africa. Oh, of course, it's all North
Morocco,
Africa. Yeah, of course.
Tunisia,
Sorry, yeah.
all of this part, and then there is Guinea, Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire. That sounded really French.
Yeah, but I don't know the English name. Senegal.
Senegal, yeah.
All these parts.
Have you ever travelled there? Have you been?
Yeah, I've been to Morocco and Senegal.
What's it like?
Senegal, I was 11, but I loved it. Like, it's really an amazing country. The people are amazing, really. Like, they can just cross you in the street and say, hello, how are you? You don't know them. You like, and they're just nice.
Yeah.
Like, you can just speak with someone in the street. They're like, come to my house later. We will have dinner.
Yeah.
And
just like,
very friendly, and everywhere is like that in the country.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful, like really.
Yeah.
And Morocco was a funny trip, actually.
How old were you when you went to Morocco?
I was 20.
Okay.
Ish, something.
Around there,
yeah. And it was a funny trip because we didn't expect that. We didn't go to very touristic places.
Yeah.
Like, we were in the mountains, but it was really funny because I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time, and we were sick.
Oh dear.
Yeah, like, we had to restart both at the same time in Morocco. No. And so we were just like, all the trip was about finding the toilet, you know?
And that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
like
terrible.
running
around. Do you know what you got it from? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, maybe the water somewhere, like when you brush your teeth or something like this. I don't know.
Yeah, are you being careful of that here?
Yeah, really careful.
Yeah. I did have a look, to be fair, and Vietnam's supposed to be, as Google said, it's supposed to be okay. Like, if they've got relatively new or like main water lines, it's supposed to be okay for stuff just like brushing your teeth and stuff, like not to be drinking, but it's supposed to be okay.
Okay.
It's supposed to be okay. I think if you're in smaller areas, it's definitely, you don't want to risk it. But to be fair, I've just basically been using a bottle of water, like normal bottle of water, and just wetting the toothbrush with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just doing that. Just so I just don't want to risk it. I just...
Yes. That's the terrible part of a trip. Like, that's the worst, I think.
Yeah. I've only been ill once so far, really, touch wood. Yeah. And that was, I'm pretty sure that was from a burger in a hostel as well.
Okay.
And we ended up going, this was on Qatar, and we ended up going to like a beach party. And I literally was in the crowd. I was like, because I'd been drinking, but I never usually throw up from drinking.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay. I sort of like started like dancing a little bit, and I was like, no, this doesn't feel good.
Just pretending.
And it was on this secluded beach, so you had to there was only taxis down this road, and it was a beach about maybe at best 200 meters long, and it was basically just the club and a few other buildings on this, and it was really busy because there was like 2 stages going on. It was all techno.
Okay.
And I had to go and find like a little corner on the beach where no one was and just spew. Spewed once and was like, okay, maybe that's it out of my system, and then I had to throw up again. I was like, this definitely isn't drink.
Yeah.
So I managed to make my way back. I had to like grab a taxi. I was in the front of a taxi going up this windy road for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20. It's go all the way up and then wind all the way back down. I'm feeling so ill, gripping this water bottle, which was cracking in my hands because I didn't want to like say to him, I need to throw up, so I'm getting out.
Yeah.
And then him be like, oh, you're not getting back in. I'll just be stranded, having to like walk back up this mountain. And I just had to just run into the toilets at the hostel, and I was in the bathroom for the next like 12 hours. Oh, and that was it. That was me done for the next 12 hours. Fucking terrible.
What? In Vietnam?
No, this was on Koh.
Okay.
I feel like I talk about Koh a lot, but yeah, in island in Bangkok.
Yes.
In Bangkok, in Thailand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope
terrible.
No. I hope no.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I had a water bottle with a filter.
Yeah.
Like, it was it was my favorite thing in the world, like really. And I lost it like 2 days ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That's one where you can literally basically like take from. You probably wouldn't want to do it with the algae
Yeah,
here.
I could
You
drink
reckon?
that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could trust that still.
I tried.
Was it one of the ones where you like push the filter down through the water, or was it the one where it has the filter on the top?
The filter on the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they do look cool. They do look really cool.
Yeah, I loved it, but
They're expensive as well, aren't they?
no, 25 euros.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. I was talking to a guy and he like paid like over 100 for his.
No, on Decathlon.
Yeah. What you had one, didn't you? You didn't bring it with you.
Scoop out there. It's a big bowl though. You push down on it.
Okay.
Basically everything. I think yours is called the.
I don't know.
You know what it's called?
No clue.
It's the most famous one.
Not sure.
They have like bags that you mix upside down and then you leave it hanging, breaks all the sediment out of them.
Mine. Or yours.
The same company that makes your bottle.
Or Life Straw.
Life Straw, yeah.
No, it's not. It's not a Life Straw. No, it was. Do you know Decathlon?
Yeah, I know it. Like Coke Decathlon.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's from there.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
How did you manage to lose that though?
I don't know. I think I lost it in the bus. Pretty sure.
Rolled away.
But I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a terrible part of my trip, being alone. So I have to think about everything. Yeah. So almost every hostel, I just leave something there. So
You're slowly losing shit as you go along the way.
I swear, like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like traveling on your own?
I don't know. Actually, I kind of like it because I'm just following my rhythm.
Yeah.
Just listening only to myself. Like I don't have to handle someone else. But sometimes it can be really hard, like thinking about everything.
Yeah.
And some places I've been, like I didn't meet anyone. Yeah. So you can feel like really lonely sometimes. But it's okay.
Do you think that loneliness is a good thing sometimes?
It can be. Yeah. Like after, I don't know, like it was a few days ago, I was like, I'm tired of people. Like I want a night alone. Yeah. I don't want to speak to anyone.
Recharge the social battery.
Yes.
Yeah.
And because I'm a lonely person most of the time. But in here it's different, you know, like you're not in your country, you're not in the things you know, usually know.
I guess so, if you are sort of, if you are feeling a bit like that here, if you're a bit lonely, you do want to socialise, it's not hard. Just find a busy hostel. I guess in some places it is hard. We had issues like in places like Dalat, down south of Vietnam, where it was just really dead, and like it doesn't matter where you go. Like, we were in a hostel called Mr. Beast Backpackers. Which I'm sure,
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
With the karaoke stuff and everything.
Wouldn't recommend. Not recommend. It's got some good reviews, but the owner is pushy and creepy, and just you just get like a bad vibe, and we managed to sort of dodge him quite a lot, to be fair. Sorry if he's gonna watch this, but truth. So like I don't know how to explain it, but we just got the feeling. Do you know when you are just around someone, you just know like something's just he's just making you shiver a little bit. Yeah. Like, he was being nice, like was getting everything we needed, like checked us in and everything, but we only ended up staying for a night, and we'd paid for 2, and there was someone else on the front desk, and we were like, right, now is our chance to go, so we can just go. And funnily enough, when we came here, we were in a room with a couple blokes and a girl from Australia, and they'd also stayed in that hostel. And it was a gay couple, and apparently he had been like I'm guessing his name is Mr. Peace. If he owns, I'm not sure if he's the owner. I don't actually know what the guy's name. We'll call him Mr. Peace. Okay. And he was being very touchy towards them, like rubbing the guy's back, saying like he'd just got a haircut, came back from the haircut, and said, "Oh yeah, you look really handsome," and like rubbing his back and stuff.
Okay.
Like just creepy, yeah.
But
with a wife and 2 kids, sat downstairs in the lobby.
A girl in my hostel I met yesterday told me the same.
Oh really?
Yeah. I do not recommend that place.
Don't go to Mr. Beast Backpackers. And he gets everyone to like, I guess it's like a lot of the hostels here, they have ways of getting you to leave 5-star reviews. So it has really good reviews. And I guess that's why people stay. Like, there were people there. But we decided to leave and we went to King Kong and we got there and there was 2 people, one of them being the rep and one other person staying there. And we had basically ended up booking the hostel to ourselves because there was no one there.
Really?
There was like several floors for dorms. And literally no one there. And it was supposed to be like a party hostel.
Okay.
And no one. Empty. Absolutely empty. So Delat's
But you mean the staff or the
both.
people staying?
They had one staff member there.
Okay.
So there's no one there. They literally had one person staying.
Okay.
That was it when we got there. He was sat on the laptop when we got up there. Like literally arrived in the lift. The lift got like went up to like I think it was like the 5th floor where like the communal area was and like reception. And it was just like the one rep and the one person staying there on his laptop, and that was it in the whole like maybe 3 or 4 floors of this hostel.
Okay,
That was it.
that's
so like
huge.
later on, obviously the rep leaves. She's gone home. The other guy, we don't even know where the other guy went in the end.
Yeah.
And me and Finn are just walking around this hostel, like literally just completely dead. We're just walking around. We basically booked out 4 floors for ourselves. So that's been the one place, and it was cold. It was wet. So I think we can see why people aren't really going there. But that's the one place we've been to, and we're like, we cannot find anyone. Like literally, it was so dead. So
that's strange. Because I booked an hostel in Ninh, and in Hue, and I was really expected.
No,
expected.
Oh, expected, yeah.
Yeah, I was really expected. Like there is nobody there, like no one, because I really wanted to be alone.
Yeah.
And there was one guy, and I was like, oh no, and a strange guy, like 50 years old, and like.
Yeah.
Looking at me like strangely.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die here. And this is probably happening today, okay? So
fine. Keep coming to terms with that.
That's
point.
part of the experience.
I mean, Vietnam would have been great for you so far, so
Yeah, but it was nice actually.
But he was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
I was just disappointed that someone was there, but anyway. Yeah, I met another guy as well who was really strange. I arrived in Ninh and I was in a hostel, and all of the people in my room, we became friends for 2 days.
Yeah.
You know how that works. Yeah. And so we did a lot of stuff together. It was really nice. And there was that guy, and I'm a very naive person. Like I don't realize stuff. And after one day, I just started realizing at the beginning, he was asking where are you going next? No. So I told him I'm taking that bus and I'm going to stay at this hostel. And he was like, okay, I have nothing to do. Can I come with you? Okay, yeah, no problem. And then after one day, I just realized that the guy was so creepy, really, following girls all the time. The way they look at you, I was feeling like an animal.
You got the shivers, it was just
really. It was terrible, and I was like, okay, so he's going with me. This is happening again.
You need to be more on it.
Yeah, I know. But we arrived at the hostel. It was 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was completely exhausted. And the staff just told us, this is your room. So we got there and it was only me and him.
It got better.
And so I arrived in the room. I just do my stuff, brushing my teeth, things like this. And he was on the bed just staring at me. And that was terrible. So I woke up the next morning and I was like, I need to leave him here. And
I need to get the fuck away.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And so he woke up and was like, oh my God, I have to go to the hospital because I feel like I have leeches in my throat. And I was like, okay, so dramatic, but anyway, this is my way out.
Yeah, anything to get out.
So he went to the hospital and I was like, yeah, freedom.
Yeah.
And I just left.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm sure you could have come up with an easier excuse,
I know.
but
I know.
that'll do the trick.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to speak for yourself, but sometimes it's easier to just...
Especially if you're traveling alone.
Yeah.
Maybe, you need to be a bit more careful with creepy men.
Yeah, but I don't realize.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not exactly easy.
Yeah.
I can't speak from experience.
I have faith in humanity, you know, most of the time. And sometimes
But
I realize,
not so much so
oh no,
that you're too naive.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe when I turn 30 I will be less, but
Not for now.
not for now.
Too much fun.
29, so
Heading out in a typhoon. Don't know what typhoon is. Fuck it. I'm having a good time.
yeah, just traveling
Locals
life.
calling you crazy. Can't even
Dealing
stand
with
up
it.
in the wind. It's kind of like your whole traveling experience of Vietnam so far.
Yeah.
Is this the first place you've had with decent weather as well? So far?
Yeah, I think so.
3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a long time. It is, the rain is a lot. We don't mind the rain too much, to be fair. It's okay. If you can find
But
the
you're
dry
English,
spells.
you're English, so...
Yeah.
You're
When
used
we
to
got,
it.
to be fair, that was the only nice thing about Dalat. The only thing nice thing about Dalat was in the evenings, it got to 18, 19 degrees.
Yeah, you
Like-
can breathe.
Yeah. You could wear a jumper. It was so nice.
Oh.
It was so nice.
Yeah.
That was the only nice thing about Dalat. Well, this spot has fucking served us well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was this farm called again? Badang? I've definitely nailed that. Badang. Bodang.
I don't
That's all
know.
I am.
You just send me the location and I was like, okay, here I go.
Well, lush.